The Smash roster is one of my favourite parts of the entire Smash series, with the inclusions of new fighters every installment. Never knowing who's going to make it into Smash 6, some fighters don't make it in, either being deconfirmed from Mii costumes, assist trophies, or other fighters from a third-party developer taking the spot, as well as a few other reasons. Welcome to A New Foe Has Appeared, where we talk about ideas for fighters that could possibly happen in Smash 6, if not the future. I'm your host BB8 from BB8's House. As always, let's get into it. Up next. That's right, Octoling from Splatoon is who we're going to talk about today. I've never really brought up a character from Splatoon before, and I didn't really intend on doing Octoling, but after doing Shadow, that was actually a character people wanted as an Echo Fighter for Sonic, but I managed to translate Shadow the Hedgehog into his own fighter quite well. Only because I did get inspiration from Shadow the Hedgehog. Good game, nobody judge me for his moveset. So I thought, if I made tweaks to Inkling, had the final smash a bit differently, and the weapons Octoling used are a bit different compared to Inkling's, maybe I could have a fighter that could work. And I was only triggered to talk about Octoling for October, because, you know, get the pun. October, you get it? And since Splatoon 2 Octo Expansion is one of my favourite DLCs from the Nintendo Switch, I thought I really enjoyed Octo Expansion so much, so why not do Octoling? And Octoling is a character I did want in Smash. I think around the time before Smash Ultimate launched, I had wanted Octoling so much. And I thought I'd come back to Octoling 4 years later and do a moveset about it. So without further ado, let's get into Octoling, shall we? So for Octoling's moveset, we have Splat Julies. Octoling's moveset is mainly based on Splatoon 2, not the original Splatoon. Unlike the Splatter Shot that Inkling has, the Splat Julies are quicker to use. This will cover more turf than the Splatter Shot, and the effect on the opponents being inked will have a similar lasting effect to the ink on the Splatter Shot, but the only difference with the Splat Julies is that they deal more damage but no knockback. But the Julies will be reskinned to different alts. For example, Octoling Boy could actually have the Dark Tetra Dualies, not the default Dualies. The side special being Octobrush is where Octobrush would work similarly to the Splat Roller, but the only difference is that the Octobrush covers less turf than the Splat Roller. The benefit of the Octobrush is it is faster than the Splat Roller, and the Octobrush does appear in Octoling's tilt attack as well. So if you want to deal damage with the Octobrush, it is best if you use the tilt attack, not the side special. The up special being Inkjet is where Octoling uses their Inkjet as their recovery move. The Inkjet will spray ink onto the stage when hovered over, similar to the Inkjet move in Splatoon. But watch out, because this move will be dependent on how much ink you have. So if you don't have any ink at all, you can't use it. For the down special being Bomb Swap. It was really hard to come up with a down special, but I thought, why not have bombs involved with Octoling's moveset? So I thought, I got a bit of inspiration from Shulk, got bombs involved, and I did manage to create something quite unique out of it. So for Bomb Swap, unlike Splatoon, Smash Bros will give Octoling a variety of bombs to choose from. A menu will pop up around Octoling similar to Shulk, on which bombs you can select. Each bomb has a different behaviour and will behave like they do in the games. The Splat Bomb just functions like a normal bomb, which is set off a while after it's thrown. The Suction Bomb will behave similarly to the Splat Bomb, but it can stick to any surface in order to cover turf. The Burst Bomb will explode on impact, which means once the bomb hits an opponent, it will explode immediately, unlike the Splat Bomb. The Curling Bomb is a chargeable bomb, which you can throw along the ground, and the impact and distance will depend on how long the Curling Bomb has been charged for. And finally, for the Auto Bomb will home different players, but the Auto Bomb can't jump, just like in the games. So be careful on how the Auto Bomb is used. And for the final smash, we have the Nils statue. This final smash, unlike Inkling's, would end up being a cinematic final smash, because I did get inspiration from the final boss of Splatoon 2 Octo expansion to make this final smash. So when it's used, Octoling will use Tenta missiles to deal damage and knockback to the trapped opponents. Once the Tenta missile Octoling's attack has been finished, the trapped opponents will fly towards the nil statue, where they will be stuck for the rest of the cinematic. Octoling then goes around the statue to splat the hyper bombs, damaging the trapped opponents with great damage in the process. And once the nil statue is covered in the Octoling's ink, the colour will depend on which alt you use, the Octoling will go back to the hovercraft that they were on in the final boss, and Pearl uses her move Killer Whale, which destroys the statue, leaving the players with phenomenal damage. For the alts and the Kirby Hat, the alts I went with here are mainly based on characters from the Splatoon series and villains as well. An Octoling wouldn't deal damage from ink that is the same colour, so pick your alt wisely. So don't pick alt 2 if someone already has alt 1. So alt 1 would be Octoling Girl, which has the default pink coloured ink and the outfit that was used in the promo art for Splatoon 2 Octo expansion. For Octoling Boy, would use the same colour ink and outfit from alt 1. For alt 3, I went with Octoling Mob Green for Octoling Girl, where the Octoling will take the enemy ink colour from Splatoon 2 Octo expansion and the Octoling Mob outfit. It's just the only difference is the hairstyle's the same as Octoling Girl, the playable character, not Octoling Mob. And alt 4 being Octoling Mob Red for Octoling Boy. Based on the enemy Octolings from Splatoon 1 and 2 Hero Mode, wearing the same outfit as alt 3, it's just Octoling just has a different haircut similar to the first alt. And for alt 5, we have Pearl White for Octoling Girl. Based on Pearl, who uses pink ink in Octo expansion, but it is a different pink to what the Octoling uses. And Octoling will take Pearl's outfit, similar to what was included with the Pearl Amiibo. Alt 6 being Marina for Octoling Boy, based on Marina, who uses purple ink and will wear Marina's outfit and headphones similar to the Marina Amiibo as well. Alt 7 being Hero Yellow for Octoling Girl, based on the Hero Mode outfit that uses yellow ink and wears the hero outfit from Splatoon 3, due to it being the only game where you see Octoling wear a hero outfit. And for the final alt being DJ Octavio Purple, based on DJ Octavio, who uses purple ink and wears shades similar to what DJ Octavio wears. And this alt is reactive to music, similar to D.Va's EDM skin from Overwatch 2. The Kirby Hat will depend on which Octoling alt you suck in. If you suck in Octoling Girl, you will get Octoling Girl's haircut, but if you suck in Octoling Boy, you will get Octoling Boy's haircut. And you will get the copy ability of Splat Julies. The classic mode would end up being Retro Turf War Smash. Octoling's classic mode has you face off in 8-player Smash in all 6 rounds, with the final round being the exception. But fighting in stages based on old games from the NES and Game Boy. Due to Splatoon 2 Octo expansion being 80s inspired, The partners and rivals will randomize each round and attempt of the classic mode, so it will randomize the amount of Inklings or Octolings you have on your team. So round 1 will be Mushroom Kingdom NES from the Mario franchise. Round 2 you will be facing on 75 meters from Donkey Kong. Round 3 will be based on Flat Zone from Game & Watch. Round 4 being Mario Bros, the arcade game, not to be mistaken with Super Mario Bros. Round 5 will be Pac-Maze, returning from Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo 3DS. Round 6 being Duck Hunt, and the final round, you have to face a brand new boss called DJ Octavio, fighting on the Deep Sea Metro stage. And just to add to that, I thought I would bring in a new feature called Boss. But this feature will only be in selected episodes of A New Foes Appeared. It's just when I struggle to come up with a boss to go with a certain character, that's when the boss feature will come into A New Foes Appeared. So Octoling's Classic Mode route adds DJ Octavio as a boss. Ignore the Smash Ultimate part, that was a mistake. But the behaviour of Octoling's boss fight takes characteristics from Galeum, Rathalos, and how DJ Octavio plays out as a boss in the games. DJ Octavio will appear in a brand new Octobot, unlike the Octobot used in the games, called the Octobot King Smash. The Octobot King Smash will swap between hover and walking modes. Hover, Octavio will fly into the background just like Rathalos in order to deal damage to his fists, which punch out from the background, which you can deal damage to in order to deal damage to DJ Octavio. For the walking mode, behaves just like Galeum, but the only difference is you can't deal damage to him unless the fists are involved. Just like Galeum, he hops around, similar to his Octobot from Splatoon 3, and will unleash his fists at the player, which you have to deal damage just like in hover mode. And you will fight Octavio on the brand new stage, which I will get into a sec, called Deep Sea Metro. Unlike the previous rounds, you don't have a partner to help you. Octoling may fly back and forth between the foreground and the background in order to deal damage with his fists, and when he unleashes his punches, it takes a few hits of a fist before Octoling rapidly flies out of the Octobot King Smash in order to rapidly deal damage without the fists being involved, just like in the games. Which you should get the idea on how Octoling's boss fight could actually work in Smash Bros. For the victory theme, poses, and the Punch-Out title, the victory theme will be a remixed version of Test Past from Splatoon 2 Octo Expansion. For Victory Pose 1, Octoling will recreate the victory screen from completing a level in Octo Expansion, like Octoling obtaining a random mem cake. Victory Pose 2, on a tablet of sorts, a group chat will be displayed as messages from Pearl and Marina congratulating the Octoling as the Octoling puts the tablet away and walks off, similar to Sephiroth's victory pose. And for Victory Pose 3, Octoling will do a victory animation that Inkling girls do in Splatoon if they have the heavy splatling and leap around in excitement while hugging the weapon. And for the round loss, the character's clapping animation will be the losing a round on the results screen. And for the Punch-Out title will be half Teen, half Octo. For the Amiibo, this one was really hard to come up with because Octoling has 3 Amiibo already. But these Amiibo are based on their Smash renders. And just because Inkling already has an Amiibo in the Smash series, which means Inkling Girls Splatoon 1 design has both the Splatoon series and the Smash render Amiibo. So Octoling Girls Smash render would have her in mid-air, aiming her Splat Julies downward whilst rapidly firing them. Octoling Boy Smash render would have him already splattered by enemy ink, and will show him in a pose in mid-air with his right leg higher than his left leg. He has a burst bomb in one hand and is pointing in the direction that the auto bomb is heading in the other. And he has his mouth open like he is shouting. And the Amiibo would have supports underneath to support them in midair with the ink effects on the Amiibo. And similar to the Splatoon series Amiibo, unlike Inkling, Octoling will have not 1 but 2 Smash series Amiibo, and would be retailed either separately or bundled together like the Amiibo for Steve and Alex. The compatible games, we are fully aware what games are compatible with the Octoling Amiibo already, but if Octoling does appear in Smash 6, Super Smash Bros, you could tap in Octoling to summon a fighter you can train. Splatoon, you can unlock new gear and store Turf War presets within the figures. But obviously, since both Super Smash Bros and Splatoon have read-write features, you can't use the read-write features for both games within the same Amiibo. And for Mario Kart, you will unlock the Octoling Mii Racing outfit. And this would be compatible with other games as well. So for the stage, I went with Deep Sea Metro from Splatoon 2 Octo Expansion. I thought I would come up with something quite unique here, because the Deep Sea Metro is a subway system running deep beneath Inkopolis that serves as the mission hub for Octo Expansion. And it is operated by the Amiibo Corporation and its conductor of Sea Cucumber, Iso Padre, Captain Cuttlefish, and the denizens of the deep are seen riding the subway cars as passengers, with specific denizens varying based on which line the car is on. In Smash, the Deep Sea Metro train will be the platform that you ride on. You can go inside the train to see background characters such as Captain Cuttlefish, Sea Cucumber, and some passengers you may see riding the train. You will see a variety of mission stages from the Octo Expansion in the background. At the beginning of a match, you will start at Central Station, on the platform, not on top of the actual train itself. And you will see in the background that Captain Cuttlefish and Sea Cucumber board the train, and just like the Spiral Mountain stage, the camera turns around so you can see the train which you can explore and fight on. The train then leaves Central Station and goes for a tunnel, which you will end up seeing stages from Octo Expansion in the background as well. If in timed battle, the train will come back to Central Station, and then the camera turns around as Captain Cuttlefish and Sea Cucumber get off the train. But when you're fighting DJ Octavio, in Octoling's classic mode, you don't start from Central Station, but you can still enjoy the 80s inspired background whilst you fight Octavio. The list of music tracks I went with isn't really that big, but there isn't really that much music to offer within Octo Expansion, but I'm going to give you the ones I have. Introduction, Nasty Majesty, Shark Bites, Captain Cuttlefish's theme, Deep Sea Metro Central Station, the Telephones theme with the original and brand new remix, and inside the Deep Sea Metro subway car with new and old remixes as well. The spirits I went for Octoling would have 3 different fighter spirits, being Agent 8, Octoling Girl, and Octoling Boy. So for the rest of the spirits, we would have Agent 3, the brainwashed version that you have to fight before you go to the Nil statue. Sea Cucumber, DJ Octavio, in his Octobot King 2 from Splatoon 2, the Octo Sniper Sanitized, ISO Padre, the Octo Commander, the Denizens of the Deep, Inner Agent 3 being the secret boss, Pearl wearing her Octo Expansion outfit, Marina wearing her Octo Expansion outfit, Commander Tartar being an enhanceable spirit that evolves into the Nil statue. And for the reveal trailer, the trailer starts in the 80s, showing a boy around the age of 12 listening to music on what appears to be a Walkman. He goes downstairs to play on his Nintendo Entertainment System and picks out The Legend of Zelda. He inserts the cartridge and starts playing. It then zooms into the TV with gameplay of The Legend of Zelda from the NES. But something isn't right. Link sees a trail of pink ink on the ground. He follows it and sees a trail with nothing. A teen was hiding in the ink and starts attacking Link with its ink, and it then transitions to a non-pixelated art style similar to the Duck Hunt trailer, at which then reveals Octoling throws back the turf. If you get the whole throwback part, you'll probably get what I mean. It then shows and demonstrates Octoling just like a 1980s commercial, with the 1980s filter over it, just to stay true to the 1980s inspiration that Octo Expansion has. The gameplay ends and the screen splashes Super Smash Bros. Times Splatoon 2 Octo Expansion, and after that, just like an old Nintendo commercial, a voice says Octoling is playing with power. Ink power. So guys, what did you think of Octoling? Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and turn your notification bell on so you don't miss another New Foe Has Appeared video like this one. I might talk about more Splatoon characters in the future, since I do have Callie and Marie on the table, and possibly DJ Octavio. And for the next New Foe Has Appeared episode, for people who tune in to the Halloween Spooktacular, which will be premiering on Halloween night, if you do tune in during the first intermission, you will get to see it early. But be quick, because that is your only chance to see it early. And for people who don't tune in to the the Halloween Spooktacular will have to wait about 24 hours because it will go public permanently the day after Halloween. And the character I'm talking about on Halloween is suggested by none other than Xavier Cardona in the comment section for A New Foes Appeared, Silver the Hedgehog. So I will see you all in a future episode of A New Foes Appeared. BB-8 out.